Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Duo Group Ironman. We are still in our sailing era, and we wrapped up the last video by getting level 72 sailing, which unlocks the final tier of Barracuda Trial, the Gwenith Glide. And there's a particular item that you get from the level 2 version of the Gwenith Glide that I really want to get and try out and see how it works. But right now, I have to edit the previous video, so I'm going to continue AFK training sailing with the salvaging here while I work on that. I just got the previous video uploaded and scheduled, so it is time to leave this spot and head on over to Prif. Or actually, probably need to make some upgrades first. I have to make a couple inventories of camp floor planks, and these logs are pretty expensive to turn to planks, 2.5k each. And it gets even worse. Ironwood is 5k and rosewood is 7.5k per plank. I got to keep up with my hop runs for now so I can keep on making the upgrades that I want to make since we have all these new hop seeds in the game. You do have to use the middle type of boat, the skiff, rather than the sloop in order to do the Barracuda Trials. And that's the one I'm going to be making upgrades to, which is kind of nice because it's cheaper to make upgrades to the skiff rather than the sloop. First thing I want to upgrade though is going to be the hull. It's very important because it's the boat speed. With 67 sailing, I can make the camp floor hull, and want to upgrade the sails because the sails increase the duration of the speed boost as well as the acceleration. I'm going to build the camp floor tier of the sails. Then I'm going to upgrade the helm to the adamant tier. I remember on day one, these lead rocks were so crowded. Now it's a ghost town. There is a keel requirement to do Gwennneth Glide. You need at least adamant because that will provide immunity to the crystal flecked waters. And finally, I currently have the blue flag. I want to change that to the froggy flag. I don't have the teleporter on this boat, and I don't want to use a ship in a bottle, but I think this is the closest dock I can recover my boat to. Just to the left here, this is the Gwenith Glide. The place I want to get to on the map is right over here, which is a bit of a sail to get there. I'm sailing outside of the trial. Up in this northwest section, there's a red portal, and that should take us kind of close to where we're going to be going. That'll take us straight into a green portal. We'll go through that one, and now we're relatively close to where we're going to be going right here. There's these crystals in the ground, and if you get hit by them, you have to click your helm 3 times to break them. Otherwise, you take damage. And here we are. There is a sailing plugin that came out a few days ago. It doesn't have too much in it right now. I was just reading about it. I haven't installed it yet, so I'm gonna install that now. It looks like there's an update to the port tasks. Let me update that too. And it's got a few features already. I'm sure there's a lot more that they're gonna be adding to this over time because there's so many things, so many nice quality of life things I could see them adding for sailing. But so far, it's got a few nice basic features for now, all you could really hope to get within the first few days at least. Sailing did just come out 4.5 days ago. It is very impressive what people have already come up with in this short amount of time. The time to beat for the swordfish trial is 2 minutes, but like I did for the previous ones, as I'm starting out, I'm going to take my time, mark whatever I need to mark, watch some YouTube videos, and try to get the fundamentals of this course down to figure out how this route goes. Ah, dude, I got so close to beating it on my first try. 425. Ah, it was right there, man. All right, by my third completion, I'm at 208, so hopefully it doesn't seem like it should be too bad, right? I say that now and then it's gonna take me like 50 tries, but so far try 3 is 208. 73 sailing, but I'm focusing. Yeah, I messed up. Yeah, that is 73 sailing, and that puts me at 2350 total level, which gives me a chat box notification, extra chat box notification. And that's a good level because 73 unlocks the next tier of the shipwreck salvaging, which I'll be AFKing later, the mercenary shipwrecks. I just hit 1 million sailing XP. I only have to do that 12 more times. It'll be faster because the XP rate's going up quite a bit at this point. Well, this is the closest I've been yet. Was at 201, 202. Oh man. I was focusing more on using the wind motes and when to use them and trying to get as many of those wind mote things as possible. And I think that is really what's going to make a difference and allow me to get this time. Come on, hurry, hurry, hurry. Did that? Oh my god, it's 201. Come on. Come on. That's gotta be it. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, yes. 74 sailing. Oh, and rune salvaging hook too. That was that exactly 2 minutes? Yeah, 2 minutes exactly. I just got the little boost of XP there, but I was averaging about 90k sailing XP per hour, so it doesn't even feel that bad when it takes you a while to get it, because you're still getting a really good XP rate, at least relative to the methods that I was doing before. My main goal now is to get that second tier of trial done, the shark rank. I don't really care so much about Marlin, like it'll be good XP to do it, even if I don't make the time, it's just a cosmetic. I could wait till a Runelite plugin comes out before I actively go for the cosmetic. But this item I really want to get ASAP. The time to beat is 3:42. Yeah, that wasn't too bad for my first try at it. I got 4:04. And that was with stopping and pausing to highlight some of the things. On my second try at it, I got 3:50. That was 8 seconds off. Only 5 seconds off that time. But again, even without making the time over and over and over and missing that time... Oh! Oh my god. I got the turtle! No way. I can't believe it. Wow. How are you feeling, Soup? Super. Wow. Well, that's my new friend that's going to be enjoying the sailing adventures. I'll be enjoying my sailing adventures with. What I was planning on saying is that even if it takes a while to get the time, you're still getting that nice 7k XP drop at the end of it. And there's always that chance to get the pet too, so it's not like you're wasting time or anything. But yeah, I'll keep going at it. Almost forgot to check what number pet is that. It is number 30. Hey, 30, that's a cool milestone. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, I did it. Big 42k XP drop. I got 75 sailing as well at the same time. Oh, that's sick. Yes, I got the thing. I got the thing I was hoping for, and I got another thing I wasn't even thinking about whatsoever, which is probably how you get things or how you get pets. It's always when you're not thinking about them, and like I literally was not thinking about that at all. Okay, let's use these two items now. It was 36 runs total, so it was, what, like 8 tries at the shark rink. I am taking off from Alderin to get to the chest where we're going to use the key at, and I just unlocked 2 more music tracks, and I looked at the music list. I only have 2 more tracks left to unlock before I can wear the music cape again. But here's where we're going. It's going to be this island in the southwest, Laguna Aurora. The docking point on this island is at the south end. Look at Soup. He looks so at home. He's so cute. In the middle of the island, there's a spirit tree, and this is one that you do not have to plant yourself. However, it is not unlocked by default. You have to have at least docked at the island once and talked to it in order to unlock it. And to be able to dock at this island, you need 58 sailing. And with that, I now have all of the spirit trees unlocked once again. Right next to the spirit tree, there is a cave, and inside of the cave, there are Kurasks. The only 2 places for Kurasks before were in the Fremnik Slayer dungeon and the Ironwood dungeon, and both of them, it wasn't like a crazy run, but it is a bit of a run for both of those. But now with the Kurask lair, this is gotta be the fastest way to get to Kurasks now. The lair looks like it's shaped like a ship steering wheel. It's a cool aesthetic for the island though. There's all these mangroves and the mosquitoes. It's very, what would that be, like swampy or something? I love that there's so many islands and there's so many types of scenery and they all have their own unique vibes to them. This is sick, dude. I really feel like I'm exploring. Let's use the key though and open up the chest. We got an agility shortcut, 61 agility to get across those. And here we come to the chest. And from this we get 8 rubies, 35k GP, and the sleek outfit. Wow. That outfit sure lives up to its name. That is quite sleek. Got pocket on the side. Take the cape off so you can see the back. Hey, wait, my hair's... wait. No, I was gonna say my hair's blue. It's probably a bandana. Wait, my ears turned into elf ears. Is that blue hair? No, I can see my brown hair underneath. That's a bandana. I'm trying to figure out if the blue part's meant to imitate hair or if it's just meant to look like a bandana, because I could see it going both ways. Because, you know, like a long time ago, they used to wear those wigs, those like the powdered wigs, or I think they still do in the UK, but it kind of reminds me of that, so I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Let's go do this thing now. The thing I'm going to be building with this is the crystal extractor, which you need 73 sailing for, 67 construction. And here's the items that you need. These first two, I have not gotten those yet. Ironwood plank and copper nickel bar. Starting with the ironwood, there's only one place you can get them right now. 72 sailing you need to get to Sunbleak Island. And where is that at? Okay, there's a bank there, that's very useful. This is a bit of a mission to get to. What's the closest? Would be like Void Knights, Corsair. Wow, this must be how explorers felt years ago when they had to read maps. And by years ago, I mean the 1990s. Got to make a bank placeholder for soup because I like to have them in my bank in the order that I got them. Place them right after the Dom pet, but don't worry, he is coming straight back out. Oh, please tell me I can go through this type of... No, I came all the way out here. I think my other boat can handle it. No, I can't believe it's so far to get out here. Oh, Spootdog just got a thing. Okay. Have to upgrade this one. We're being attacked by Dinky the Drink Troll, but we got him. Let's upgrade this boat's helm to adamant, so that way it can go through tangled kelp. I am gonna need a lot of ironwood logs because just for the ironwood hull for this boat alone, that's 400 ironwood planks. And then looking at the wiki page for ironwood planks, you see there's a lot of other things that you use them to build. Hold on. What is this? Ocean Man. Hello, do you need any help? Just soaking up the thirst of the land, man. Is that a no? Let me show you what I mean. Give me your hand. The man in the ocean hands you a drink. I don't understand. I do understand that that's the reference to the song. Nice boat. It is, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, thanks so much for the drink. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we're doing it. We're going through the tangled weeds or vines, whatever it was called. Yeah. This drink sounds like a funny one. Let's see what happens. Thank you for, A lot of kebabs. It is so easy to get distracted while sailing around and just end up doing so many different random things. But here we are, we finally made it to the island, and you have to build the bank chest. No! Why didn't I look this up before? I have to build it. Where's deliver items CC when you need them for group Iron Man style? Yo, Spookdog, can you help with something? You need copper nickel bars and ironwood planks to build the bank chest. And of course, I did not bring an axe with me, but that's okay because next time I come back with an axe and the copper nickel bars, I will bring the plank make spell with me. Hopefully I don't forget. And look, there's tortoises. Okay, now Soup is actually at home with these tortoises. From RuneScape 3, or well, even from RuneScape 2, the war tortoise. Yeah, it looks like the same thing. I just pulled up the wiki page for the tortoise on Sunbleak Island on the OSR's wiki, and yeah, it even references it right here. It does say that it's based on the war tortoise summoning familiar from RuneScape 3/RuneScape 2. Oh, there's actually a bunch of summoning creatures from RuneScape 2 that were added, I guess, is just random monsters on islands. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even realize that before. I've gone down a bit of a rabbit hole, and the OSRS wiki has a page for the summoning skill. They started developing summoning in late 06 before being released in January 08. The OSRS backup is from August 07, which means there were originally some summoning familiar project things in there. Some of them were already repurposed, like there's End, Smoke Devil. You can see all this stuff here that was repurposed in OSRS that did eventually come out in OSRS. And then there's a bunch of unused ones. And if we go down a bit further, it says the dates for when these were added to the OSRS game files. And you'll see that a lot of these were added to the OSRS files on November 5th, 2025. I wonder if the engine improvements they did for sailing allowed them to add this stuff in or something. It's very interesting that they put this stuff in there. If they ever add a penguin pet to OSRS, just know this will be my favorite pet and I will do anything I possibly can to grind this out until I get it. So what is a copper nickel bar? It is 2 copper ore and 1 nickel ore. And where can we mine nickel rocks? There's 3 locations. Let's open them up on the map. We have this island, There's one by Priff, and then one all the way north up there. And interestingly, it says each nickel rock can contain between 3 and 8 nickel ores. So I wonder if you have the expert mining gloves, if that would increase it even further. I wonder if this is meant to be a new AFK mining method. It takes 2 minutes for each rock to respawn. Oh, it says on this wiki page for the nickel ore that at higher levels, XP rates are close to 25k XP per hour, so not a very good training method. There is a bank chest on Deep Fin Point, although you have to build it, but I'm gonna go to the Gwenith one. And here we have it, we're at the island. This is right next to the starting point where you start the Gwenith Glide course. Here's the nickel rocks, and they're more of a higher tier of ore. It's 74 mining required to mine them, and then 74 smithing required to smelt them into bars. Oh, I forgot my mining gloves, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just doing one inventory. Wow, what a perfectly themed random event to get while doing sailing content. No, I'm the pirate now. What if they made it so the only random event you can get here is Captain Arnav? I mean, I'm sure it's not, but that'd be funny. Let's see what this is worth. No, it's definitely gotta be worth more than that. Okay, that seems a bit more realistic. And I saw there's a cave here. I tried clicking on the map because I wanted to see while I was mining what was inside, but you can't click to see right now, so I guess I just have to go in and see. I've not looked this up. Let's see what's in here. Please don't kill me right away. When I go in... Oh, it's like a dungeon. Oh, there's just more ores down here. And what's that? Rock slugs, jellies. Oh, so it's like a Slayer cave and also more things to mine. How far down does this go? There's rune rock, another rune rock, and that's the end of it. Oh, this is where the Aquanites are. They are a level 78 Slayer monster. You need 73 sailing to access this area, and they do come with a new collection log item, the Aquanite Tendon, of which the drop rate on the wiki is currently unknown, but it's used to make an Aquanite hopper, which is... That's new ranged offhand. Has a pretty neat passive effect, and based on the passive effect and the stats of it, it seems like it's maybe a step down from the buckler. Cupronickel bars are also needed for building quite a lot of things. I do need to buy a magic stone, grumble, 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 to build this chest on the island. It is 975k, and the price goes up by almost 25k. 22.5k every time you buy one, so I'm going to hop worlds because I do want to buy more. I'm going to need at least 2, maybe even 4 more in the near future within like the next day, so I'm going to buy a total of 5 for now. Oh yeah, I could access the... totally forgot to mention that. They added 2350 worlds, and I got 2350. If you were maxed already, if you get 73 sailing, that puts you at 2350 total. And I can now access these worlds. The servers are lagging a bit right now, so that could be why it's taking a while for me to hop. There are a lot of worlds that only have 9 magic stones in them, so I think a lot of people are doing the same thing because there's so much demand. Oh, that was fast. There's so much demand right now for magic stones. People hopping around just buying 1 per world. But there we go, 5 mil GP spent to get these. I'll probably have to buy even more magic stones in the future. Before I go to the island, you know what? I keep seeing this bank icon in the middle of the water. So I'm going to take a little detour real quick to find out what that is. I'm so curious. Is there actually a bank, or is it like a... I'm imagining a mermaid type of banker in the water. No way, there's actually just a random boat? The bank crab? This is crazy. Will it actually let me bank? Bank chest. Wow, there's not even a requirement. As long as you could just get here, then you could use the bank. Bank crab. This is me from the future here to let you know that this is probably so that you can do bank standing skills while getting a passive 30k sailing XP per hour from the crystal extractor. Although I've heard people speculating Jagex might nerf the crystal extractor XP, but even so, it could be a cool way to multi-skill sailing with bank standing skills. Alright, we are back to the island, and it is time to colonize, gentrify, populate, what's a nice way of like saying I'm gonna build up the island? I don't know, it feels like I'm playing a survival game right now. Like I have to build everything up from scratch. So first I have to chop these trees. I need 4 of these logs. It's my first time getting the Ironwood logs. I think there's only 1 tier higher than this for the hardwoods. It's just gonna be rosewood. You get 175 base woodcutting XP. Now I have to make all these into planks. It costs 3.5k to use the plank make spell for each of these. And now that I've got my 4 planks, it is time to build the bank chest. Okay, please let me build it. Yes, I have everything. Yes, the bank chest. There's 2 more things I can build on the island, and now that I have the bank, I can just grab them straight out there, or all the resources I need. So there's the cooking pot, and one more thing is the water pump. And I have now fully upgraded the island, to the best of my knowledge at least. It's very possible there's some other hidden stuff here. Oh, I was like, wait, what if that's like another bank chest? Maybe there's a schematic in there. Oh. Well, I'll do this some other time. Let's see what's on the rest of the island though. There's some more ironwood trees up here, and there's a cave. What is inside the cave? Places you can mine. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything too interesting in here. Anywhere I explore or go to, there's always a chance that there's something that you're going to end up digging up later on. But for now, I want to get to chopping and getting these logs. Just in time to eat dinner too, and AFK for a while. Yeah, I'm going to get to chopping away. There are plenty of these trees in the area. It kind of reminds me of redwoods because of how long these last. They last for 4 minutes. From when they're initially chopped, whereas redwood trees last for 4 minutes and 24 seconds. I could finally like sit back and relax and breathe for a little bit because I feel like I just spent a while doing one small favor, going through this whole loop of all these activities to finally just unlock everything available on this island. It helps being maxed already, of course, being able to afford the magic stone and having all the skill requirements already to make the bars and being able to do everything. But it's fun though. It's not like one small favor. A lot of people have a negative connotation associated with doing one small favor, but all the stuff I just went through, it was very fun. It felt like I was sailing and exploring and learning, and it's sick, dude. This is a great time. The trees take less than 4 minutes to respawn, so you just go back and forth between the same 2 trees. It has been a few hours of chopping ironwoods, and I'm getting about 75k woodcutting XP per hour. That's a bit faster XP per hour than redwoods, except these trees fall 24 seconds faster, so they're a bit less AFK because of that reason and the fact that you chop them probably almost twice as fast as redwoods. Yeah, like you get 2 times as many logs per hour, so you have to bank twice as often, but the bank is way closer to the trees than at redwoods. Forestry is disabled in the woodcutting guild, but it's enabled here, which means you can get a woodcutting level boost from chopping these with other people, and you can get other types of nests as well, not just the clue nests. Going by this XP rate and like 179 to 180 XP per log, that means that this is a bit over 400 ironwood logs per hour. We'll say like 410 ironwood logs, and I want to do a price check. And I also want to do a price check of chopping redwoods. Probably get like 180 redwood logs per hour, so just want to do like a side-by-side 1 hour of chopping each of these with the current prices, which of course is subject to change. The price of redwood spiked up a lot when veiled totems came out, but even so, it's half the price of ironwood logs, and you also chop more than double the amount of ironwoods per hour. Normal accounts can just buy the logs or the planks that they need to make their ship upgrades off the GE, but for Ironmen, this could be a good use case for using nature offerings, which you make from ritual mulch, which you can buy from the forestry shop, and then use that to make nature offerings by combining with herbs. And the nature offerings, they give you a 50 to 60% chance to receive an additional log after you receive logs from trees. So if you're an Ironman who hates AFKing and OSRS and you want to get back to your efficient sailing as fast as possible, then maybe consider using these when chopping these new types of hardwood trees. Or even as a main account, it would increase your GP per hour if you were to buy these nature offerings off the GE. They're relatively cheap. The amount that you could sell these logs for way more than outweigh the cost of the nature offerings. Wait, I just realized it makes perfect sense that I got soup because yesterday we saw bowling for soup. But, well, actually Spook Dog should have gotten soup too then, so it is strange that only I got soup when we both went bowling for soup, yeah. So, in conclusion, this is 75k woodcutting XP per hour at 99 woodcutting with the dragon axe and with the lumberjack outfit, which is in my forestry basket. If you were to use a felling axe, though, that would increase your XP per hour by 10%. So it'd be like 82k woodcutting XP per hour with the felling axe, and it'd be more AFK because it gives you a 20% chance to not obtain a log. But this probably isn't the spot that you'd want to not get a log because probably want these logs to use for sailing, and it's not too far from a bank, but extra XP could be nice too. So 75k / 82k XP per hour here versus Redwoods are 70k without the felling axe or 77k with the felling axe, making Ironwoods overall about 5 to 10% more woodcutting XP per hour compared to Redwoods. And there's potential for even more XP because if you're doing forestry with people, it'll boost your woodcutting level and allow you to get even more logs and XP per hour. Hey, good morning. I've spent an hour chopping ironwoods today, and this is without really too much idle time, and I managed to get 80k XP per hour. So with the felling axe, this would be 88k XP per hour if you have minimal idle time. I think I've got enough logs at this point, so let's get to making that upgrade. And look, I said 82k XP per hour with the felling axe before, but if you're paying attention, you can get 82k XP per hour without the felling axe. I am triple checking the wiki to make sure I get this right and build this in the right spot because it costs 2 mil GP and you cannot move your facilities around the boat. Once you build it, it is locked into place, which I hope they change in the future. It'd be nice if you would be allowed to move the facilities around, but for now, I have to make sure I'm putting this in the right place. And it says, for the skiff, the crystal extractor must be put beside the helm, not in front. So hopefully I do this right. This would be beside the helm, and that way I'll be able to claim the XP you get from it while I'm sailing around using the helm. So let's do this. Modify windcatcher, replace it with the crystal extractor, build. 3k construction XP. I do still want to have a wind catcher though, so I'm going to replace the cannon with that. I don't know if I have any use cases for the cannon right now or anytime soon, so I'm going to build the wind catcher. This one is not a big deal to have to replace because the cost is much less compared to the crystal extractor. And now let's get on the boat and test out how the crystal extractor works. I have to activate it first, and then we wait 60 seconds. There's a bar that will get filled up over time. I'll wait 60 seconds and come back. And once that bar fills up, there's a message in the chat box. Your crystal extractor has harvested a crystal moat. All you do is click it, and you get 600 sailing XP, and you get a wind moat that you can use. This is just a passive 600 XP that you can get while doing really any sailing activity around the game. You could be salvaging, you could be exploring the map and sea charting, going to different islands. You could be doing the Barracuda Trials and getting even more XP while doing them. And on top of the 600 XP, you also get the wind moat that gives you even more XP and helps you sail around faster. So if it's once per minute, that's over 30k. I guess theoretically 36k. Sailing XP per hour, maybe more realistically like 30k sailing XP per hour passively. Well, I don't think it'd be 36k because it seems like it takes a couple seconds for you to actually get the XP drop. Just a passive 30k sailing XP regardless of what sailing activity you're doing around the game. And when you harvest, there's a small chance that you can get 1 to 2 crystal, yeah, I just got right there, that you can get 1 to 2 crystal shards if you have Song of the Elves completed. We are back at the trials because I want to take on the Marlin trial. Not to go for the time, but just to go for XP and just try out how it is. I was looking at the scoreboard. Here's the current number of completions of each of them. I assume that means making the time. How many times people have made the time for it. I found this YouTube video by Deso that has tile markers for the Gwenith Glide Marlin course, and I want to try them out. So let's go to the paste bin. I'll copy paste this whole thing, right click the world map icon and click import. 529 ground markers, yes. And I'll link that video in the description if you want to grab the tile markers from there. I think this will be the end. XP drop, let's see it, 14.8k. It was my first time doing the Marlin tier, and it was about 7 minutes with those tile markers. The route is pretty different from what you do during the swordfish and shark. Like, you kind of learn the lay of the land, but the route that you go is pretty different, and I don't really want to be bothered relearning the whole route, especially with how long this one is. And I think these tile markers are going to make it a lot more chill to grind out for the long run. And I'll be using these tile markers until a RuneLite plugin comes out for Barracuda Trials, or maybe they'll add it into the sailing plugin because they do have a section for it already. I want to see the total XP that you get from doing a run besides the 14.8k. The XP you get when you include the crates and the extractor is about 20k XP per run. And if you're doing this really chill where you're making a lot of mistakes per run, not really using the wind motes as often as you should be, taking your time in between runs sometimes, and you're getting 8 minutes on average, that is 7.5 runs per hour. And if we go by 20k XP per run, that is 150k XP per hour, being like really bad at this course. There's level 76 sailing, and I've come up with a goal for this video. I want to get to level 80 because 80 will unlock the next tier of shipwreck salvaging, the second to last tier, the Fremnik shipwrecks. So I'm going to keep on doing this course till I get to level 80. There is level 77 sailing, and that's the closest I've gotten to the time as well, 6:17. There's 8 seconds off, but I'm not really trying to go for the time. I don't really expect to get it this video, because in the future I'll be able to upgrade the hull, which will make the boat go faster. Level 78 sailing lets you have 4 boats at once, and you can build the Eternal Brazier, which this is the highest level requirement to be able to chart all the content currently in the game. Something I want to mention is when you're trying to harvest the moat from the crystal extractor, it is interrupted, because it takes a couple seconds to do the action, so if you have to click around, it interrupts that. So you really want to wait until you're on a straightaway. I also want to mention that you do not need repair kits for this course. You do maybe need food though, because the ice damages you, maybe at least for when you're getting started here and learning until you get comfortable with breaking the ice. Which reminds me of a joke. If you get to a party or you're meeting a bunch of people for the first time, you ask, hey, how much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice. These are crystals, not ice. There is an action that doesn't interrupt the extractor, which is using a moat. Here's level 79. There is another thing I want to show from this video I was talking about before. I'm not going to set this up personally because I'm not going for speed run times right now. I'm just chilling, but if you want to, you can set up the Watchdog plugin, which will set up a reminder so that every time your boat is not active with the speed boost, you can get an extra notification for that. That'll make it a lot more obvious than it is besides the current little chat box message you get right now. And here we have it, music. Yes, level 80 sailing. I can now salvage Fremnik shipwrecks, and I've completed my goal I wanted to get done for the video. Let's take a look at my XP rate doing this course. I was getting 173k XP per hour. If I were to only do this course for the next 11 mil XP to get to 99, that would be about 63 hours. From the crystal extractor, I passively got 118 crystal shards from the few hours I've been using it for. I have the keg with the unlimited whirlpool surprise, my other boat, so you could do that if you want to do these shipwrecks a little bit earlier. You could maybe wear prayer gear and use preserve, because the whirlpool surprise drink gives a +3 sailing boost when you drink it. But I had a ton of fun this video. I got the suit pet, I did a lot of exploring, I got sailing up to level 80, I did this Gwenith course for the first time and learned how that goes, and I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next. With that said though, I will leave Spookdog's most recent GIM video in this video description. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you have a great day, and I will see you again next time.